Hello everyone, an all-new episode of Daredevil Born Again has arrived. Yeah, I was about to dismiss this episode for the first 20 minutes before things finally picked up. It almost feels like, they reshot everything, but it almost feels like they kept a little bit of what they had before and mixed it with some reshoots. I'm starting to feel that in these later episodes versus the earlier ones. But we have episode 7. There's 9 episodes total, and I have to say things picked up for the better regarding the Muse storyline. Daredevil fought Muse for the first time. This episode pretty much picks up right after Matt Murdock is beaten up. There's a shower scene that's very reminiscent of the Ben Affleck movie, and my boy Matt, good old Catholic boy, gets some action tonight with his girlfriend, the therapist. They have a lovely scene, and she starts to confront him about his trauma, and he's just dealing with, the life he has. It's perfect. He's glad he's made a change away from being the masked vigilante, but deep down he feels like it's all fake. And I love seeing that. We also get more with Wilson Fisk gaining power as mayor and using that power. There's a lot of parallels to certain real-life events, so to speak, but one thing about this at the beginning is that Kingpin is almost a little unsure of himself, and it just feels weird. But this episode rectifies his actions by the end. He becomes more like the Kingpin you're familiar with from the comics and the Netflix series. But I love seeing the Muse story. My only nitpick besides weekly releases is that this Muse storyline, while good, felt very rushed. It's like they're trying to do too many stories at once, where like season 2 of Daredevil had a Frank Castle story. They finished that and then went to the Elektra and Hand story. But this one, we get an awesome scene with Muse with his identity being revealed to the therapist, and Matt's girlfriend is in danger. There was a lot of intense stuff. I honestly did not think she would make it out. And we actually get to see Daredevil in broad daylight. How cool is that in the suit? I love that. I love his interactions with the anti-vigilante force, that Kingpin has. It was a crazy fight before his girlfriend kills Muse. And it was just an intense episode, the last 20 minutes. Meanwhile, there's that whole subplot with the guy who wants the turf after Wilson Fisk got legitimized. He wants to basically take control of what the Kingpin left and everything. Vanessa pretty much tells him where Kingpin's going to be, and that guy that's with him, the British guy, shoots him. He reminds me of Wesley Owen Welch in many ways in season 1. I love that moment. That the restaurant had a very Godfather-esque vibe about it. And then Matt basically comforted his girlfriend, and we get to see Wilson Fisk with the anti-vigilante task force take credit for taking down Muse. No mention of Daredevil, even though the people on the streets, the voice of New York, they know Daredevil intervened. So it was a very interesting episode, to say the least. This was almost one of my least favorites because, even though The Bank was kind of a filler episode, it still was engaging and action-packed. This one almost was a B, and is probably up to an A-, B+ because of the last 20 minutes. I don't know what's going to happen in the last 2, if it's in a cliffhanger, if they're going to explore Matt Murdock's identity being revealed, because that's one part of the Daredevil Born Again story that they have not adapted yet in live action. So we'll have to see what's left for season 2. I know they're filming right now, and we do see the task force. They're much more armored up in the next season, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with Punisher, if they're going to get captured or they're going to be on the run. I don't know. I hope there's at least some closure before season 2, and I'm glad that they're filming it, and they're going to probably film 3 soon, because I'm tired of waiting 2 or 3 years. While I love this show, it's probably definitely the best of the Disney Plus Marvel shows. It's a bit of a letdown compared to the Netflix era, but it's still good. And I think some of that had to do with the creative differences and reshoots, that I think now that they have an idea of how to continue it, we might see more of that Daredevil charm of Netflix in the next season. But overall, I enjoy watching this. Still wish I could binge it all, but let me know your thoughts. What did you think of Daredevil tonight? What did you think of the whole season so far? It's going to be exciting to see how it ends in the last 2 episodes, just in time before Easter Sunday. But anyway, let me know your thoughts about Daredevil Born Again. In the meantime, you can check out these other videos for more content. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Till next time.